I suppose going back to our kind of core business philosophy is around enabling people and businesses to really be entrepreneurs and go out there and do things, as opposed to the kind of command and control approach you may find in big corporates. So the UMA model really lends itself well to that. But I mean, recently it has come under kind of pressure, particularly with the regulatory changes, just the cost of doing business, the market that's not necessarily growing as quickly as we'd want it to. What we don't want to compromise on is backing people to build interesting and exciting businesses. And a part of that is making sure they have kind of control and ownership in their destinies, and we want to support that. I think what has changed is, particularly in how a UMA needs to think about operating to be really successful. I think firstly, they really need to think about why they are better than the others. It's a difficult and competitive market. They really got to understand what makes them unique and protects and builds value for themselves. It is much more of a scale imperative than there has been in the past. Unfortunately, there is a certain cost of doing business, whether that cost be regulatory orientated or technology investments. All of those kind of things requires, I think, a much bigger scale of operation than you would have in the past. So those are important considerations. And then finally, I think the alignment UMAs have with insurers is extremely important. I think while part of the UMA model is being independent and being kind of in charge of your own destiny, it's really important that you have the right partners, particularly insurance partner, to make sure you're well supported and well guided through the environment as it develops. So I think marginal businesses will be challenged. So you may see some M&A activity. I think people are asking, is it worth it? What do I need to do to really be successful? The regulatory side is without doubt going to be busy. I think from a UMA perspective, the regulatory changes we'll see, particularly in the binder environments, actually strengthens that model, which is a good thing. It depends on your approach as a broker. I think it can massively enhance your offering. You can't ignore it. I think if you try to fight the tide, you'll find a losing battle. But really, as a broker, I think it forces you to focus on what you do really well, which for me is around advising the clients and bringing the kind of knowledge which at this point you just can't put into a computer. But then trying to leverage technology to get rid of the admin burden, making sure you do things efficiently and effectively, making sure you're well integrated with the insurers that you use. So I think there's a real opportunity there. So our kind of approach as a business is there's massive value in that. For us, insurance is fundamentally a relationship-orientated industry, and we really believe in that kind of approach. Now, it's not to say technology is not important, but we look to technology to enable that approach as opposed to take it over. I think particularly in the commercial insurance environment, the value of having a broker who is in your corner, making sure he's looking after things that need to be covered, bringing years of experience. I think that's very hard to replicate at this point from a technology point of view. And also very importantly, making sure you have someone who can fight your corner when it comes to claims time. I think that's indispensable. So if I was running a business at the moment, I would certainly engage a service of a broker in how I want it to operate. So our focus on technology has been, up until this point, much more focused on our kind of underlying infrastructure. We've put a lot of time and effort into making sure we get our data flows right between our UMAs and the broker partners which we have. And that's really starting to pay dividends now. So we're quite excited about where we are there. And once you get that underlying data right, the kind of world is your oyster in many ways. So big focus areas for us are around improving that broker interface, are around bringing depth into our analysis of particularly the geospatial stuff, making sure we understand the underlying risks, making sure we can make better underwriting decisions. So using that data to allow those kind of processes to happen.